I'm hella excited about this one. I got a whole special blunt made just for this one. What's up, my Waymakers? It's your boy Dave on the trail, coming back at you with another video. Today, as you can see already by the title, I got this bad bitch right here. The Anastasia Beverly Hills times Alyssa Edwards palette. This is what the packaging looks like. We're not gonna waste any time. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into the video. Sorry, I caught like some random summer cold about 2 days ago, so I may sound a little winded or a little sick in the video because I'm a little sick, but I bought this baby today and I'm definitely excited about that. I also did get the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer. I actually got the mini one. I also have a mini brow gel now, and I'm so glad that they're coming out with minis. I feel like all companies should have more minis. As often as I buy different makeup, I don't usually run out of any products. I've never run out of product before except for one, and it was a mini. So I think minis are a good snatch. I didn't get the dip brow gel. They didn't have that at the Ulta. They were either sold out or maybe they didn't get it yet. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So of course we're gonna go and start with the primer. So this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer. They have one shade. I heard that they are coming out with more shades. It is a pretty light shade. However, if you watch my channel, I always use like either a almost white base anyway. So this is perfect for me. I heard that a little bit goes a long way. So I'm not going to take a whole bunch. I'm gonna just build it up. I'm gonna take a very small amount to start off with. So I'm gonna blend that out and see how much more I need. So as you guys see, I just used the smallest dot. I literally didn't even squeeze it too. It was literally a little bit of what was already there. So I'm going to blend this. I'm gonna blend it up pretty high. That's a very, very small amount, and as you see, it covered my entire eye. This base compared to use like a regular concealer or other bases, I can tell it's much drier than. I never use the P. Louise base, but I use the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas, and it's a pretty wet base, but I have oily lids, so I feel like this is going to be perfect for me. If it can bring out the pigment in these shadows without it being so sticky and tacky, this is literally gonna be like a crazy holy grail for me because my lids can get very oily. Real talk, this mini will last you a very long time if you're using this little of an amount. I'm only $13. This is why I love minis, because you don't need much product at all. And it's about half of what you get in the full size, which is $23. So it's about $10 difference, and it'll last you a long time. So you can get the full size, or if you want to be a little cheaper like me and get the half size, it'd definitely be worth it. So that is the eye base there. Let's go ahead and get to the star of the show, which is the Alyssa Edwards palette. Look at the packaging. I am opening it up now. So this is what the palette looks like, same as the packaging. We have Alyssa's signature on the back. This is the Alyssa Edwards palette. Check out the brush. I actually really like the brushes that come in the Anastasia palette, so I'm glad I have another one. I'll be adding that to my collection now. Yes, look at all these bright, vibrant colors. As you can see, they took Riviera, which was, a little introduction to color, and they said, bow. Alyssa, of course, she's extra. Of course, she's gonna come out with the bomb shades. They have the yellow in this palette. They have the nice cobalt blue. They have the pink, the fuchsia pink, the purple. They have even a black and a white as well. They have a black and a white in the palette as well. And what I love most about this palette, it is only 3 shimmers. A lot of times, some companies will try to make a lot of shimmers because I guess they're easier to formulate than really vibrant matte colors. So I'm so glad there's so many more mattes in this than shimmers. So let's go ahead and go right in. So I'm going to go straight in with what I feel like is one of the standout colors of the palette, which is this cobalt blue, which is the shade that Anastasia have never done before. So let's go ahead and see what this pigment is giving, what she's telling, what's the tea. Look at this pigment, sis. I mean, it's Anastasia Beverly Hills. We know that their eyeshadow game is always on point, so we weren't expecting anything less than great, and that's what we got. There's no patchiness. There's no separation. This is a nice blue shade. So next I'm gonna go into the shade Believe, which is the purple shade in the palette. Have you guys seen what's been happening, what's been going on with Chris Brown and Karrueche with her new man, him being all extra petty? Talking about some upgrade your man, boo, he can't dress. Ooh, girl, Chris. Now you know better than to be pressed about some man like that. Okay, so I have Believe here and Dream It here. Both of them nice and pigmented. They blended out very well. I'm very pleased so far, very happy. That's 2 colors so far. I should have thought more about what I was gonna do before I did it. Okay, I got so excited about the palette, I almost completely forgot about the challenge. I was about to just go in for a look. I've got to have to use every color in this palette, so I'm gonna go into this shade here, the Supreme, and I'm gonna take that into my brow bone and set the concealer that I put there. I actually never really do this, but I have to use every shade, and I don't know what else I would really do with that shade as far as the look that I have going on in my head. Pause, let me think about what I'm gonna do, hit a little bit more of this, and I'll be right back. Okay? Okay, I'm back. So I figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the original look that I was always starting, so I didn't take it off, but I'm going to enhance it a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to what I was doing already. And I'm going to switch to a smaller brush. I'm going to switch to my Morphe M562 brush. It is a small, fluffy brush. I'm going to dip into Texas Made, which is the pink shade here. And I'm going to go on top of Believe with that. These colors are very pigmented. You do not need a lot at all to get your pigment. I'm just tapping that in and then blending it out. So I'm gonna go into Brick Road, which is the yellow shade here, which is of course another shade that I'm so excited about using. Yellow is one of my favorite colors. It really is the perfect last transition like color for I feel like for dark skin, but for any skin tone really, it can go on top of a green, it can go on top of an orange, on top of a red. It really blends out colors that are harder to blend out on top of the eye, helps blend them further. So let's see how this one is holding up. This is another M562 brush, is a clean one. Okay, so right off the bat, the yellow is definitely giving me pigmentation, as you guys can see. Like, as you can see. I'm not gonna go into the shade Unicorn Tribe, which is the more pastel-y purple. I wanna see how that's gonna look on my skin tone. Oh yeah, that's pretty. That's a pretty shade, that's pretty. Oh yeah. It's a nice light purple. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. It's very pigmented. As you can see, it's very pigmented for a pastel purple. I'm so pleased. I'm so, Marvina, sis, if you're watching this, you did that, okay? You did that. If somehow, some way, sis, you see this, you did that. And then now I'm gonna go into Texas Made again, and I'm going to blend that on top, next to the yellow. Okay, so that is the top of the eye done. Okay, so this look is gonna be inspired by Simone, So Much Simone. She did this look, and it's a star look, which was inspired by Vic, which is Don't Have a Secret on Instagram and Twitter, and also Rocio. She's one of my favorites. You should all know who she is. She kind of made it look like a shooting star with this blend here. So I'm gonna try to create that situation with this palette. So I'm gonna go into my cut crease canvas. I'm not gonna cut my crease with this base. I got the mini size, and I just don't think I want to waste it like that. So I'm gonna go into my cut crease canvas. I really didn't want to go into my Anastasia base to cut my crease. I was going to use my cut crease canvas because this is only the mini size. I don't want to waste too much product. I'm going to do it for sake of the tutorial in case anyone wants to use it for that reason as well. I put a very small amount on the back of my wrist, and I'm going to cut my crease in the shape of a star. Pray for me. I've only cut my crease this far so far, and I'm gonna just use some really quick pros and cons to let you know about this part of cutting the crease, because I'm gonna do the rest in silence because I have to fucking draw a star. So I'm gonna start with the cons first. So the con was because it does dry down when you first go in, you know, of course it's hard to get a very perfect line just off rip. So you have to, you know, sometimes you have to go back over. I had to get back in to go back over because what was there was already kind of set, so I couldn't like move it around. Like with my cookies canvas, I can still kind of maneuver it a little bit more to get that, and you know, pat whatever, to get a more crisp line. With this, I have to get more product in order to do that. Now, the pros. It is very opaque, so you don't need much at all to cut the crease. You don't need much at all. I barely used any, like once you got it on the lid and stuff like that, I barely used any to do that. With it being so dry, with it drying down how it does, so my hooded lids, it doesn't transfer onto my crease. I don't have to worry about it transferring onto my crease. Like what? Like what? That's freaking magic. Like that's freaking magic. Like look. You see there's shadow all down, there's space all down here. I'm gonna look up. And it didn't transfer to my crease. Okay, so it did transfer like a small tiny bit. Usually your whole shadow will be messed up. But it barely didn't. Like this is easily fixable. This is easily, I can easily take an angled brush, go back into the purple shade and reinforce that. That's so simple. But usually it's so much worse than that. I've never seen that happen before for me. I never had a base dry down enough to where I could look up and not be a whole messed up on my eye. I could move around and accidentally do something. I don't have to hold my eye like this until I'm ready for my next shade. Okay, so that honestly wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be because I didn't have to make them, you know, like even on both sides. But I am going to, one more time, go over the base because like I told you, when it dries down, it dries down. So some of it where I had to like re-finesse, it's not as opaque at, and I want to make sure that it's even. So I've already used this yellow, but I feel like it didn't really get its moment that it deserves. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take that yellow and pack it onto my lid. And that's gonna really give a good test for this yellow. And I'm not gonna take it all the way to the top So I'm gonna leave some of that white space. Oh yeah, that's really vibrant. That's really vibrant. There's no patchiness. That's really nice, you guys. Real quick, I'm gonna take a small brush and I'm gonna go ahead and go into the shade Headliner, which is the white shade. I'm gonna set down where I'm not going to put any shadow, where I'm not gonna put any color at, just so we can go ahead and have that white transition there. Okay, now I'm gonna play with a little shimmer. I'm gonna go into the pink shimmer here, which is called Beyond. This one here. I'm gonna first take some of my NYX Mixing Medium eyeliner on the back of my hand and apply it. And apply some of that first, just so it won't transfer to my crease. Oh, look at that. Just the first little stamp. Look at that. Look at how pretty that is, y'all. I'm gonna leave like this for now. I'm gonna go back into my Mixing Medium eyeliner and I'm going to then go into this beautiful shade, DDC. It's such a pretty shade. It's such a beautiful shade. And I can't wait to use it. You know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to be all creative and recreate other people's stuff. No, girl, I'm doing my own stuff. It's extra. I even realized that I did it wrong. The way she got the shooting eye look was she went from a darkest to lightest. Duh, Devon. But whatever, we're here and I'm not taking it off. So this is what we're at right now. So I want to use this shade BBDC. It's the dark purple shade. I'm gonna take an angled liner brush and I'm going to go over the edges of the white. So I feel like that brought out the look of the star a little bit more. I'm still not happy with this area of the star, but I don't think there's much more I can do at this point. Okay, so quick update. We have used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the 14 shades. So we still have 4 more shades to use, which would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to use that on our bottom lash line. I'm gonna do my other off camera and then I'm gonna do my base makeup and then I'll come back to do the under eye. Okay guys, so I'm finally back. This is what the other eye came out to. This is my base. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the lower lash line. I'm gonna start with this white pencil from Wet n Wild. And I'm gonna put that in my waterline. And I'm gonna take the shade Headliner, which is the white shade. I'm gonna set that down. So now I'm gonna go into the black shade, which is Beast. And if it's anything like Noir from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I already know it's gonna be a dope ass shade. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put it on my lower lash line. So this will be under the white. I'm gonna go into the shade Back Rolls, and I'm going to keep going on with my lower lash. Just a gradient from the black to the dark brown, as you can see. And I'm gonna go into the shade HOE, which stands for House of Edwards. And I'm gonna buff that out up under the dark brown. Say I'm gonna go into the shade Unicorn Tribe, which is that pastel purple shade. I'm gonna take that up under both. Okay, so now the only shade that I haven't used, which is going to be this shimmery gold. What I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a hit of setting spray on the brush. I'm gonna dip into it. I'm just gonna put it on my inner corner. There's my inner corner highlight. Oh, wow. Okay. Star is definitely shooting now. Okay, so that's my lower lash line. I'm going to do this lower lash line off camera. I'm gonna pop some lashes, do a little lip, and I'll come back to give you my final thoughts on the whole situation. Okay guys, so I completed the look. I have on my lashes, I have on my lip. This is the Alyssa Edwards palette. I did want to do something more dramatic with the lips. Like literally, she's a drag queen, so we have to be dramatic. I used every last shade in this palette. I did receive some fallout with some of the shades on my face, and there's a small amount of kickback on the pan, but they're all extremely pigmented. Unicorn Tribe shocked me the most for it to be such a pastel purple. It showed up very well in my skin tone. And I also did like this gold shimmer. It was very, very blinding right in the corner. The white, of course, I love. The black is extremely pigmented. I mean, every shade really in the palette is so good. I'm actually going to show you just a few swatches of some of the colors. There's Beast, beautiful swatch. Here is Dream It, which is the cobalt blue shade. Brick Road, which is the yellow shade. Wow. So these are a few of the matte shades, so you can see how they look as far as the swatches. I'm gonna do the shimmers. There's only 3, so I'll do all 3 of them. Is DDC. Oh, look how pretty that is. This is Beyond. Oh wow. And Inspire. Oh wow. So these are just a few swatches of some of the shades that are in the palette. As you can see, they're all beautiful shades. So I'll give this palette definitely A+, like 9 or 10 out of 10. A primer is really nice. You don't need a lot at all. So it just got the little mini size, and it was only $13, and it's a little goes such a long way. So you don't need much at all. As you can see, the colors are very, very vibrant. So I have them on my eyes and on my lips. So I am loving the pigmentation that I'm getting right now. If you did like this video, if you like me, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and go ahead and hit that bell notification so you're notified of all my future uploads. Make sure you follow me on all my social media. It's at _SlayYourWay. So you can also follow me at _DaveRonLatrell. So yeah, that's all for today, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Hey.